So let's go. It appears we are enemies, okay. It looks like Brightspark won't try to be friendly with the guy sharing the same map. So I didn't have the opportunity to see Brightspark new version in action. So what I heard is now it can wall its tower with stone wall, which definitely can work quite well against many AIs. This is something that Tribal was the only one doing this, so it's cool to see another AI doing the same. Right, so it looks like Breathspark is gonna be faster in researching Feudal Age, with one villager less than its opponent. We've got at least loom research by both. The lumber camp is in a quite well position. This is probably the best forest it could choose. And that's also interesting to see that after having found its opponent, it comes back and lured deers to the TC. Not that many AIs do this. And I assume that Brasspower didn't attempt to steal the enemy's boar. Alright, let's offer some harassment. Alright, so I assume that we will see the tower and the walls all around. Let's see. Or maybe the tower will be broken. Yeah, that's a good, very good work from the melee units. Okay, so no wall at this point. Let's see if the villagers will come back towards the tower. Anyway, this tower is just great because it covers one lumber camp and the main gold of its enemy. Okay, this time the tower will be broken, no doubt. Alright, so overall I would say that GAI did have a good reaction, but Braxpart do have the advantage of having created a lot of trouble in the enemy's town with a lot of idle villagers. Now let's see if GAI can manage to counter and to start pushing the opponents. We've got one archery range for Braxpark and at least one skirmisher. Okay, the new lumber camp for DEI is pretty good. Well, I hope that red is gonna build at least a second archer range, because I assume that those 5 archers won't help that much. Okay, right spark do have fletching. I don't see any blacksmiths for red. Yeah, it has been slowed down so much. especially with the very exposed lumber camp. Well, the game looks already over, I would say. Alright, we've got blacksmith. Alright, the blacksmith is built. Alright, it looks like Brasspark will need to go Castle Age eventually to beat its opponents. But I assume that TI do have good resign rolls. Let's see. I will increase the speed. Well, this is plenty of villagers just idle under the TC. Alright, interesting. Brasspark goes for scouts instead of knights. Well, it's clearly GG. All the villagers are just idle under the TC. Any siege workshop for Brasspark? It doesn't look like. Interesting to see that these three lumber camps are built on the same area of the map. It could be more efficient, I would say. Alright, I will give it the call. So, GG Bryce Park. It was quite convincing. Alright. So I will go for the ultimate game, which will be the 3v3 between Bryce Park and DAI. Okay, good luck. Khmer, Malay and Teuton. Alright, I just updated the brackets with the civilizations. And the current score 1-0 for Bryce Park. Yeah, you are true, Arundi. In fact, and I wouldn't have resigned till it is very low pop or maybe zero population, so I just gave the call. It was absolutely GG. And I think that in fact Bryce Park versus Sun Tzu in a Ghost War could be quite funny. Okay, so we've got Malay as pocket for Bryce Park. And we've got Khmer as pocket for GEI. I would like to see elephants from Bryce Park. Oh, that's unfortunate. Zipper is in an unexplored tile in the map. I guess it's hurting a lot. Alright, Loom is researched. Oh, it's a lot of ships not found. So we've got 1 boar and 4 ships. And we've got 2 missing ships for blue. And 1 pig for teal. Yeah, that's really unfortunate for green. Oh, I missed the fact that blue stole a boar. Sorry about this. Yeah, that could explain why purple is quite late. It's hard to say at this point. So let's see what's the strategy from Bryce Parker's pocket. Interesting, it goes for archer range. Two archer ranges. Okay, but we are waiting for a mining camp. Interesting scout rush with 2 stables for blue. Okay, the first assault can work for teal because red goes for archers as the main unit, while we've got already skirmishers from teal. And we've got 1 tower which is coming. Alright, so green plays as if it was flank, and I like the fact it attacks the enemy as pocket. Alright, we've got 1 elephant. 1 elephant for yellow, which is its unique army at this point. Does green have spearmen? Nope. I think it will take a while to kill this elephant. So yellow is actually booming with 2 TCs and it's almost turning no military population. Yeah, red is once again, like it happens in the 1v1, suffering because of a lack of military population, the fact it went for archers, which can be good if you want a decent castle age time, but you are pretty weak with those units against skirmishers. Alright, it's interesting. Purple having researched castle age quite fast. Well, interesting. Markets in the back. Brass Park is already prepared to trade. After 21 minutes game time, it's quite fast. Let's compare the population at this point. So 37 for blue, 39 for red, 51 for green, 41 for yellow. It means that the pressure on yellow is actually working from green. 56 for teal and 43 for purple. So overall, despite the score which is at the advantage of DEI, I would say that Bryce Park is actually dominating its opponents. Okay, I like the fact that red goes for a third, well, a fourth archer range. It's maybe too much, let's see. It reminds me of the Khanate, which used to build so many stables without having the economy to support those buildings. Actually, Raid, I don't see Raid able to train so many range units inside of those 4 archer ranges. It looks to be a waste of wood. Purple is turning dangerous at this point. 3 TCs, a pretty decent economy, 2 stables, 1 siege workshop. Alright, Teal is researching Castle Age. And green do have the economy for this, but it looks like, I don't know, okay, it's eventually researching Castle Age. But I assume that it could have researched Castle Age way faster than that. Alright, so red is very late and really far from researching Castle Age. And so is blue, I would say. But blue is playing against an AI having fast castle with knights, etc. So it definitely needs to train a lot of units, a lot of spearmen, which are actually delaying its castle age time. It makes sense. And I'm really surprised how the green strategy is working on yellow overall. It's really pure trash units from green, which are maintaining the pressure. Oh, elephants, nice. Well, I think that yellow is gonna be prepared because I saw some monks from yellow. So maybe going battle elephant is not the best option from green. I don't know, we will see. Or maybe Bryce Park will need to keep its range units alive to kill the monks, to prevent the monks to convert the battle elephants. And purple is now turning pretty strong. Maybe a first conversion? Nope. So let's compare green and yellow. 53 villagers and 81 population for green. 64 villagers and almost the same for the population. So we've got 3 outer ranges, 2 barracks, 2 stables, a 3rd barrack for yellow. That's a lot of military building once again. Definitely, I think that Bryce Park needs to kill red and yellow as soon as possible because purple can win 1 versus 3 if it goes Imperial Age. Well, I like the fact that green is eventually targeting red. It might help in killing red the fastest possible. Alright, maybe R&D. So 62 population for blue, which do not have any military population anymore. And 150 population for purple, which is in Imperial Age. It's gonna be a key moment. And what I know about DEI is the fact that it can reboom quite fast. So really it's important for Bright Spark to kill red, definitely. Oh, that's a lot of elephants. Nice. Okay, so now please green, go to target the next one. So green is 152 population and purple is full population. Purple do have the paladins already plus halberdiers. And Bright Spark is starting trading. Alright. Now let's see if green targets the next opponent, or maybe it will just attack red once again. Yeah, I think it's GG honestly, because yellow is fine eventually. Even if it's attacked by green, green is gonna be attacked in its own town. Alright, green is sending its units back to defend its town. I like the fact that Teal is coming to help. That's a good teammate. And red is managing to survive with 1 TC. Oh, yellow is actually researching Castle Age, Imperial Age I mean. So, cavalry archers plus scorpions for the Teutonic player. Well, so yellow is full to be near to be full population. Alright, so the score is gonna be 1-1 for the third time today. We had quite close match. Alright, GG. So yeah, definitely purple turned too strong, and that made the world difference. Bryce at some point green until we are not too far from having the opportunity to get the victory here. But I think it took a bit too long to kill red. Alright, so GE won the 3v3. Alright, so today we had Immortal winning 2-0 against Phyrexup, Tribal Warrior and Shadow having a tie 1-1, the Server Valleys vs Elephant Man 1-1, and GEI versus Bryce Park on 1. Alright, so maybe tomorrow I will keep running some more games. Thanks for having watched and see you soon.